Good morning. It's Thursday. It's Stampin Thursday. And I am StampinDeDe. And I'm so glad to be here with you this morning. I love Stampin Thursday. It's just a time to just kind of relax and be creative. And that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to relax and be creative. I don't know about you, but this is not a relaxing time of the year. I am trying to get fall down. Probably most of you already have fall down and Christmas up, but we were gone all last week, and I didn't get fall down before we left because I was busy getting ready for the trip. So anyway, I'm in the process of getting fall down and Christmas up. It really looks funny because you look in one direction and there's still pumpkins out, and you look in the other direction and there's Christmas trees. So it'll all happen though. By the weekend, it will happen. All right. Well, I'm also busy trying to get Christmas cards done, and there's events. We have an event today, and it's just a busy time of the year. Is it a busy time of the year for you? I bet it is. I bet it is for everybody. So, but today we're just going to take a deep breath and we're going to look at Yuletide Village. This is a stamp set. It is just stamps. So if you want to use it in lots of different ways, you're going to have to do some fussy cutting. So if you don't like to fussy cut, then this might not be the stamp set for you. But these images are not hard to fussy cut. So, Yuletide Village, and in this set, there are no sentiments. It can be Christmas or it can just be winter, especially if you live in a snowy area. It's perfect for that. But you have a church, and you have 3 different houses. Then you have trees and a little brick fence and just a little banner of snowflakes and another little tree and some more snowflakes. So it's definitely a winter set, but you can do so much with it. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is a project that we did at a Christmas retreat, and then I did it for a class. So I've done it a couple of times now, and it is not hard. It is a 3D project, and this is it. It's in a shadow box, and it uses it uses 3 of the house images, and some glitter paper and the trees, and then some cutout trees from another set. You could use any set. And then the Peace on Earth comes from the Shepherd's Care. But this is it. This is the 3D project that can be made from the Yuletide Village. So is that not fun? It is. And these boxes can be purchased online. You have to purchase, I think it was 5 of them, but they can be purchased online. And I've got some ideas that I'm going to use the other 3. I've already used a couple of these, and I'm going to use the other 3 then for a different project. So that's one of the things that you can do with Yuletide Village. And then this is a card that you can make with Yuletide Village. And I didn't find the name of this earlier, and I should have. It's let me get it. I know it's right here. I should have pulled it out. Well, it's the Christmas tree. It's the Christmas tree embossing folder. So I embossed the back of this with that Christmas tree embossing folder. That's not what it's called, but that's the one it is. I think it gets stuck because it's bigger. I think it gets stuck more in the back every time, and that's why I never can find it. I'm still looking. Painted Trees. That's what it's called. Painted Trees 3D embossing folder. So that's what I used on this. So you've got the trees in the background. And then I used 2 of the houses, colored them first, stamped 3 of the trees, and fussy cut them, put them on. I used some of the snowflake gems and Merry Christmas, and that's my image. I popped it all up on top of the Painted Trees embossing folder. So there you have one, and you know you wouldn't have to put Merry Christmas. You could use another sentiment there, and it wouldn't be a Christmas theme then. All right, so there's that one, and then there's this one. And this one uses dyes from Grassy Grove. This dye is from Grassy Grove, and the snow dye here at the bottom is from Grassy Grove. And just the church image in the background and one of the trees. Peace on Earth from Shepherd's Care, and then these are the sparkle gems. So these are just 3 of the things that you can do with this Yuletide Village. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set these aside, and we're going to make this one together. I like mixing my sets. Do you do that? Do you mix your sets? I like doing that, and I did that on this one. So I used Grassy Grove, Shepherd's Care, and then the Yuletide Village. So let's do that. I started with a balmy blue base. So let's fold our base, burnish it good. We've got it ready to go. Next, we need to cut out. I'm going to go ahead and cut both the snow and the trees. So we'll set this aside. I'm going to bring my cut and emboss over here. I'm going to grab a piece here. Let's get this. Let's do the trees first. I'm going to move it all the way to the bottom for the trees and put it in the middle. All right. Wanted to make sure you could see it. So in the middle and to the bottom, grab my top plate, the number 3 plate. I've got the 1 and the 2 down. This is the 3 plate, and run it through. I'm going to run it through and then back it up. That way, I'm assured of getting a good cut. All right, set my top plate aside, pull off this. You're going to have little pieces in your die that you're going to need to punch out, but I'll do that later. Now, this leaves your image in the piece of paper that you put down. So I am going to need to poke out these pieces right here. It'll only take a second to do that, but you do want to get those out. So I think we've done it. I think we're good. Whoops. Didn't get those two. They came back up. And that one. All right. And now I'm going to send this to the trash. Get all the little pieces off. The best way to do that is with another piece of cardstock. Okay, got that. All right, and then we're going to do our white. And I'm going to do that with this piece. And I really only want, and I probably won't even use that much. I really only want that much of it. So I'm going to secure it down. On both ends. Put my top plate on and send it through. And probably other pieces that could be used to get that snow. You could even tear it. But I chose to use this piece. I chose to use this die. So here is my snow. And I'm going to get this off and get this off because I'm going to use this piece for my cinnamon as well. All right. Get my two dies over there together and move this back to my machine. I thought I got that off, but I didn't. All right, here we are. So we have these two pieces ready to go. Now, on this piece, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my church, and I'm going to do that with Pebbled Path ink. And since it is a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to put some foam under it. It just gives a better image, a more even image. Okay. Here we go. And I'm gonna bring it up because I want a little extra snow at the bottom. So I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Oh. All right. For some reason, I don't know why. So actually, I'm gonna have to turn it over. I don't know why that didn't stamp. So let's try that again. Bring it up. There we go. Much better. Much better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean that stamp so it's not harder to clean later on. Set that aside. I need the little tree. So I'm going to do it in the Pebbled Path as well. And I'll do it up here. There we go. Got that one done. And then on this piece, I'm going to do my cinnamon. But I'm going to do my cinnamon in black. The basic black. Or black memento. And here again, you could do any cinnamon on here. I chose Peace on Earth. It just looks like a peaceful scene, doesn't it? There we go. All right. Have our stamping done. Now we're ready to do some fussy cutting. If you're watching this live, I would love it if you would just say hi. I love to hear from you. I love to know who's watching. All right. Get my scissors. Actually, I'm going to color first. So on the tree, I'm going to use garden green. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Right marker because this is such a small space that I'm coloring. It's just easier to use my Stampin' Right marker. So I'm going to do that. You could do this tree any way you wanted. I'm going to leave the part that's hanging out as the snow. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not, but that's the way I'm doing it. So I'm just going to go around and color in the green. Anytime I have really small spaces, well, not always, but many times I revert to my Stampin' Right markers. What did I do here? I think I did this here. Like I say, you could do it any way you wanted. But I want more snow on the tree than not, because it's a really snowy scene. So I want to leave as much snow as possible. And I think that's it. I think that's all. Yeah, it's going to cover most of it up. I think I did color this bottom section in, but I covered most of that up with my snow. But we can go ahead and color it. But I'm going to only do that. All right, there's our tree. And over here we have a tree. And I'm going to, I think for the sake of time, I'm just going to do these pieces and let the rest of it be snow. I might do a little green right here and let the rest of it be snow. Nothing wrong with that. All right. And now we're going to do our church. And the church is in crumb cake. So that, I'm going to use my blend, my Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to do my church in crumb cake. So there again, you can do it anyway. There's lots of options. And you don't, you're going to make this darker anyway, so you don't have to be super careful, which I like. So if I mess up, I just cover it up with the darker color. Okay. You know, I really had trouble when I was doing the card with the houses. I couldn't decide what color to do the houses. But the church seemed pretty simple. Do it in brown. All right. Got that part done. And then we're going to use the darker crumb cake. And this may be, nope, this is where I'm going to use, let's see. No, I'll have to use my darker. All right. This is a little harder. Just such little spaces. But the pointed end of the Stampin' Right marker makes it easier. Go around that wreath. I'm going to come back with my garden green and do that wreath. I forgot about that. Okay, got that done. And then we're going to do the edge of the roof in the darker. And I think I'll do the little edges of the windows darker. And then I made the, let's see, I made the steeple itself. I used Pebbled Path, or at least I meant to. Whether I did or not, who knows. But I'm going to use Pebbled Path because I picture a steeple as metal or a metal color. Oops. Well, I'm going to cut that out. So there we go. And the steps, because they're concrete. And concrete is gray, right? And I think I had a lighter gray, maybe smoky slate. Yeah, that I came down the path just a little bit. There. And then it kind of gets buried. All right, the roof I did in blue, balmy blue, and I did it with a marker, Stampin' Right marker. So we're going to go around the roof. Get that colored in. And the door. Now I'm going to come back and do the wreath and use my Stampin' Right marker for that. That wreath is small and that bow is even smaller. There we go. There we go. And we're going to get real red for the bow. All right. Now, I was going to go around the window in the pecan pie. Just right around the window. There we go, right around that. And then the church is open. So the lights are all on. And this is Lemon Lolly. We're going to color the windows to show that the lights are on in the church. We wouldn't want our church to be dark, would we? That window. There we go. So we've done all of our coloring, and now all we need to do is fussy cut. So we'll fussy cut this tree. And, you know, I've shared before, when you fussy cut, your scissors stay stable, and you turn the paper. I've almost got the tree. Okay. Now I'm leaving a white edge because it's on a snowy background, so I want it to blend in that way. Well, for most of it, I'm leaving a white edge. I got a little close on that edge, but that's all right. All right, we have our tree. And I'm going to leave some of the snow down here, so I'm just going to cut up like this. And again, I'm leaving a white edge since it's on a snowy background. Actually, it's on the blue, but it is snowy, so it's going to have a white edge. See, this really is not hard. I'm going to cut that off. It's where I messed up. No one will know. These houses in this church are not hard to fussy cut, so it makes it fun to use them this way. You do have to fussy cut around this tree. But again, it is not hard. Okay, we're almost done. And again, I'm going to cut down that way and leave some snow at the bottom. We're through with our fussy cutting. We're going to do our sentiment, and I'm going to do it. I don't need this anymore. Move that away. I'm going to use my trimmer for my, oops, that was my, I think I need to trim a little bit from the top. And then some off the end. And I'm going to banner this end, and this end is going to go flush with the edge. Okay, we're done. We're done with all of that. So now let's put our card together. Got all of our pieces here. Let me go ahead and banner this. And you know, to banner it, you're just going to snip to the center. And then from each corner, you're going to snip in to your center cut. Okay. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to mount this on our blue, balmy blue, with, first I do need to trim this down. I didn't trim it beforehand because I wanted to get the cut done first, but 4 by 5 1/4. So we've got it 4 that direction and 5 1/4. Let's see which, I think we're gonna do it from this end. Now, it will fit on here with just a little around every edge. And we're going to use dimensionals. Because we want it popped up. We want it to look like the blue is in the background. And I'm probably going to use a couple of minis in the center here, maybe right there. Maybe right there. And on this edge. You don't want that. I think that's good. I think that'll work perfect. I could use my take a pick tool, but I didn't. Now we're ready to put this on. As centered as possible. But you know what we didn't do? Deanna. The other goes on first. And that left a dimensional on the paper. Actually, it left 2, 3, but that's all right. We're going to come back. So we're going to put this down here. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that on, because I want to see how this looks. That's going to be perfect. So that goes on over the church. And the church is going to go on where the edge of the snow is behind this snowbank. So let's put our church down first. Our snowbank goes here, and our church is going to go, let me make sure, okay, let me close this. That's great. So get our church down and get it straight. And then we're going to put our snowbank down. But I'm only going to glue it at the bottom because I have to slip my tree in. And I want my edges covered here and here. And I'm going to snip this part off. We don't need that. And then my tree is going to go in. It's going to slip in right there. Because it's going to cover this edge of the snow. Right there. Right there. Now. Now. what we're going to do is I think we cut this out. And I think we're going to trim a little more off at the top. But right now, let's get this down here. We're bringing it down to the bottom because of the snow. So now we're going to come back here and trim right here. I wanted to trim a little bit of the tree out right here so that the steeple showed a little bit more. There we go. There we go. We actually could trim it a little more. There we go. All right. We've got all of that. And now all we need is our cinnamon, and it will also be popped up. And it's going to go right here. Peace on earth. And then I used sparkle gems. And I could have used the brown, but I wanted to use the white. So put one right in here. One right up here by the cinnamon. Come on, it won't turn over. There, now. And one right down here. There we go. There we have it. We have our Yuletide Village. You know what I think I did with this other one is put another little dimensional, a mini. Let me get the top off of it. There. And put it right here. Right there. I could do it there too, but I don't think it would fit there. Maybe I should cut one and put it there. Or use that little piece. That would work. Let me get the top off of it. There it goes. And put it right there. All right. There we go. There is our Yuletide Village card using Grassy Grove dies and Shepherd's Care cinnamon. So what do you think? What do you think? That's a fun little set to use. There's that card. I love that card. And of course, let me just move this. This is one of my favorite things. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hi, Kay. Thank you for watching. So I hope that inspires you. Oh, and by the way, Yuletide Village is one of the ones on the last chance list now. I don't remember if it's reduced, but it could be. It sure could be. So go look, see if it's something that you want to have in your collection. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope if you've already got it, I hope I showed you some ways that you can use it. And I will see you next Thursday. We are going to take a sketch, and we're going to do all three. We're going to do a simple card, a basic card, and then a stepped up card, and then a more avid card from that sketch. So I will see you next Thursday. Have a great week. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you'll let me know. Thanks, Kay. Thanks for watching. See all of you next week. Bye-bye.